Madison Square Garden was the place to be on Saturday night. A 111-104 victory over the Philadelphia 76ers in game number 1 of the Eastern Conference playoff series between these two. We actually saw a line that increased from 2.5 to 3.5 to 4.5 by game time for the favorites, the New York Knicks, and they do cover that point spread. But if we're looking from a Philadelphia 76ers side of it, Joel Embiid played 37 minutes, which included surviving a scare after a crazy dunk, comes down and injured his knee, left for some time, and did come back, which again, this is something to monitor throughout this series. If Joel Embiid can be 100% healthy for this playoff run, the questions are already coming up. 33 points out of Tyrese Maxey. It wasn't good enough. Why? Because you have that balanced scoring attack from the New York Knicks. 22 points out of Brunson, 22 points out of Hart. How about off the bench, Miles McBride, 28 minutes, 7 of 12 from the field, which included 5 of 7 from three-point range and 21 points. The New York Knicks, the team concept, holds out here in game number 1, Davis.
It does, and it did not look that way. I mean, a 12-point second quarter from the 76ers, but then a 36-point third quarter. I was like, man, the Knicks, they're the 2 seed. It's all going for them. I mean, Jalen Brunson was having a particularly brutal game up until the fourth quarter when he really turned it on, which I guess is kind of what Knicks people had been saying all year, is like the national media. Everyone's ignoring Jalen Brunson, all NBA, MVP candidate. They were definitely perturbed when he was not amongst the MVP finalists with Shea, Jokic, and Doncic. Everyone for the Knicks really played pretty strong in this one. Mitch Robinson coming off the bench, 12 rebounds, did a really good job, did as good of a job as you can expect against Joel Embiid. I do think it's kind of one of these weird matchup wrinkles. If the Knicks do end up winning this series moving forward, Mitchell Robinson is going to be playing less and Hartenstein is going to be playing more. It's just that this is a really good matchup for Mitchell Robinson and a pretty bad one for Hartenstein because he's a little bit more ground bound than Robinson. Robinson is going to have the quicker feet to stay with Embiid. I actually think of all the series that we've talked about, this is the one that is most likely to go the distance and be a really interesting series that kind of goes back and forth with the two teams trading haymakers. Worth noting, Maxey was, he was relentless in this game. Definitely was not his best game, though. Definitely not his best effort in terms of, being efficient. 33 points on 26 shots. You also would like to see him get to the free throw line way more than he did. Only got to the free throw line once. I think also, getting Mitchell Robinson in foul trouble with Maxey, that would be huge. Like if he has to sit and they have to go with the Hartenstein Bogdanovich pairing for any period of time. Although we do know what Tibbs is going to do, which is that when it's time to dig deep, DiVincenzo not subbing out, Hart not subbing out. These dudes are playing. Josh Hart might end up playing 48 minutes multiple times in this series. I really wouldn't. And DiVincenzo might too. I know Miles McBride got hot and made 5 3-pointers, and that's why DiVincenzo played fewer minutes in this game. But when push comes to shove, Tibbs is going to be all in with his starters.
Take a look at three players off the bench for the Sixers and compare that for 3 players off the bench for the Knicks. You had Batum, minus 20. Reed, minus 21. Buddy Hield, minus 16. Flip that over to the Knicks, who only had 3 players off the bench. Bogdanovich, plus 27. Robinson, plus 20. McBride, plus 37 in 28 minutes. That's absolutely incredible. So if we're taking a look at the series prices now, the Knicks are the favorites, who basically that minus 110 price coming into the series. They're now minus 290 to win this. The Philadelphia 76ers at a plus 225. The Knicks, a minus 1.5 series spread now at a minus 130 price. The Sixers plus 1.5 games at plus 106. Looks like the favorite here is to go 5 and or 6 games, but also take a look at the boat here between 5, 6, and 7, plus 210, plus 210, and plus 220. So as Davis said, we're expected to go a long way in this series. Now, game number 2 is quickly approaching here. The Philadelphia 76ers have to check to see how healthy Joel Embiid is. So what is the vibes for game number 2? Because this was a close game all the way through with multiple scoring changes and big runs on both sides. What needs to change for the Philadelphia 76ers to pick up that victory in New York and take it back to Philadelphia 1-1?
Fully healthy Embiid, 37 points, 14 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals. I'm telling you right now, Donnie, we're betting the series price on the 76ers. No disrespect to JY's New York Knicks, but the rule of the NBA playoffs is that the team with the best player wins a huge chunk of the time. not only is Joel Embiid the best player in this series, healthy Joel Embiid really might be the second best player in the entire league. I'm taking the 76ers series price with a discount here.
There we go. Philadelphia 76ers, as we try to take a look here to see if Joel Embiid is going to be healthy. That's going to be the linchpin in this series. If he is, they'll stand a chance. If not, they have no chance. Hour number 2 coming up next. More NBA action talk next. Don't go anywhere.